Hello everyone, this is Vortex. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy I. Today we're going to continue making our way through the Flying Fortress. Last time we explored the first two floors of the fortress, and we fought several new monsters and picked up all of the available treasures on both floors before making our way to this teleport pad located on the southern side of the second floor. So it's time for us to use this teleporter and move on up through this deluxe apartment in the sky. Here we are on the third floor now, and right off you'll notice an interesting looking spheroid type object with another one of those robots standing right next to it. We'll see what that's all about here in just a moment, but I want to start things off today by heading off to the north because we want to go visit a chamber up here that has some fat loot inside. There it is right there. So let's go on inside and see what these treasure chests have to offer. The first treasure chest contains more cash. There's 9,000 gil. And inside the second treasure chest we'll find our last protect ring. Alright, that's been waiting for Cloud. He's the last person in my party that needs to equip one of those, so I'm just going to replace his old diamond gloves with this protect ring, and I'll raise his evasion by 2 points to 93 and also give him some protection against instant death. And these protect rings will certainly be coming in handy, especially a little bit later on when we visit the bonus dungeons. There's another one of those near useless potions, at least at this point in the game, inside that treasure chest, but I'll go ahead and take it. And then lastly here we'll get 5,450 gil. Alright, let's make our way back down to that sphere and go check it out. A chimera thought it would stand in my way, foolishly, in that battle, took it down really quickly. Alright, let's go talk to this robot down here. See what this ancient one has to say. This robot says, "From this observation window, you can look out on the entire world." Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we are pretty high up in the sky. Even high enough to check out the entire world. Yeah, even Yoshitaka Amano's concept art for the Flying Fortress shows that we're way up in the sky. So, standing next to this sphere, let's go ahead and check it out. The observation window looks out upon the world. The four forces of fire, earth, water, and wind appear as a mist, converging on a single point. A point at the center of the four altars. This must be the location of the Chaos Shrine. Oh wow, the Chaos Shrine. Well, that was one of the very first places we visited in the game. That's where we kicked Garland's butt. But sure enough, if you take a look, all the four crystal altars have energy flowing forth, and they're all converging on that single point right there at the Chaos Shrine. Could that be significant? Could that be the location of the true evil in this game? Could that be a clue right there? Well, we'll probably find out a little bit more about that a little bit later on, but there's a teaser for you right there. Alright, well, now that we've seen that, let's go find some more treasure off to the east here. But first we're going to be greeted by a new enemy. Of course, we've already fought the Guardian back on the second or third floor. I think it was the second floor of the Mirage Tower. But we've got its slightly stronger counterpart here, the Soldier. And the Soldier has double the HP of the Guardian. It has 400 HP. Of course, it's also weak to lightning, but its attack is a little bit stronger than the Guardian. So, in fact, it's about 4 times stronger, or maybe just a little bit more. So it'll do a little bit more damage to your party. So let's just go ahead and have Cloud and Locke, of course, attack. But since they are weak to lightning, this is a good opportunity for Lena to put her Thor's hammer to use. And we'll also put those gauntlets to use as well. Yep, you can see that the soldier's attack did quite a bit of damage to Lock there, whereas the Guardian hardly did any at all. But there you go. Nothing to it really. We defeat the soldier. We get 1,306 experience points and 2,400 gil. And we get a new entry in our bestiary. Let's take a quick peek at that. The entry for the soldier is number 115 in the list. It's weak to lightning, but resistant to just about everything else. Alright, let's go see about those treasures off to the east here. Alright, here we go. Here's another new enemy. Of course, we got to fight the vampire back in the Cavern of Earth and also back down in the Mirage Tower, but here's a stronger version, this time the Vampire Lord. And the Vampire Lord has 300 HP, weak to fire and Dia. And since Lena hardly ever gets to use her Dia type spells, this is a good chance to do it. Might as well put our Mage's Staff to use here too. I think Vampire Lords can paralyze you. They also pack quite a punch there too. And there you go, we defeat the Vampire Lords. We get 1,788 experience and 9,000 gil. And yet another new entry in the bestiary. Number 116 is the entry for the Vampire Lord, and if you're lucky, you'll get a pair of Hermes shoes. I believe those will cast the haste spell if used as an item in battle. Alright, we're going to get 6 treasure chests in this chamber. Alright, we're finally going to get a good item for my white wizard Lena. This is a Protect Cloak, and it's actually her first shield that she's going to be able to equip that I'm aware of. You can see the Protect Cloak is a large cloak worn over armor, so it's pretty easy for a white wizard or any other character for the most part to use. We'll take her defense up 8 points. So there you go, Lena. Treasure chest number 2 contains 8,135 gil. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, game. We're going to get some measly clothes in that treasure chest. I can sell that off for a few pennies, I think. There's 9,500 gil in the 4th chest, and 6,400 gil in chest number 5. And chest number 6 contains a gold needle. So, all in all, some pretty decent treasure located in here. Let's do some backtracking here. Now actually I'm going to take a little dip to the south just for fun. There's no treasure down here, but I'm going to show you something interesting. Well, we're actually going to get ambushed by another new monster along the way here. This time we're going to get to fight 2 stone golems. The stone golem only has 200 HP, no known weakness. Pretty easy to defeat though, so really not too worried about it. I'm just going to have Lena just do some healing here, and I guess I'll have Vivi use the gauntlets, even though I believe the stone golems are pretty much resistant to elemental type magic. Oh well, it doesn't matter because it looks like Cloud is going to take out that last stone golem for us. We get 1,192 experience points and 2,000 gil, and another new entry in the bestiary. There's the stone golem at number 109. Yep, it is resistant to lightning, as well as fire and ice, and just about everything else but the kitchen sink. Alright, let's go inside this chamber here. Now, there's no treasure inside this chamber, but there are a couple of glowing tiles, and when you investigate them, the computer tells you analyzing Tiamat, no known weakness. Oh, but you know what, computer? That's just a little bit inaccurate. Tiamat does have a weakness, and I know what it is. And oh, how I'm going to exploit it when I meet her. Okay, that's enough maniacal laughter from me. I still haven't recovered from this cold. Anyway, yeah, so let me regain my composure here. There we go. So I just wanted to show that to you, a little Easter egg there for you. Alright, let's go get some more treasure. I'm sure my new next door neighbors are probably calling the cops as we speak if they heard me. Alright, there is one more chamber we want to visit, and it's off to the west here. By the way, Lena and Vivi leveled up to level 46 after that battle with another soldier. And now Locke is level 46. Alright, here's our chamber, and here are our last 4 treasure chests. So let's go ahead and get them. There's a gold needle in the first chest. Chest number 2 contains 4,150 gil. There's 3,400 in chest number 3. And chest number 4 contains a Sasuke's blade. Very nice. I believe that's going to be a new weapon for our ninja Locke. We're going to replace his sun blade with that. It's a small katana used by a ninja. So we'll take his attack power up 1 point to 45. So a nice treasure there. Alright, let's go on up to the 4th floor now, shall we? There's our teleporter right there. So let's step on it and be transported to the 4th floor of the Flying Fortress. Now this can seem like a big maze with seemingly endless halls, but if you know the trick to get to the next teleporter, it's not much of a problem. Just follow me. We'll go to the left here. And Cloud is now level 46 after that battle with 4 air elementals. For some reason they thought they'd all try to gang up on poor Vivi, but dispatch them before they could take him out. Alright, let's keep going left. We want to go left 2 hallway spaces. There's 1 hallway space. And here's 2. So from here, let's turn to the north and go up 2 hallway spaces. There's 1. And here's 2. So there's our teleporter there. And stepping on it will take us to the 5th and the final floor of the Flying Fortress. Alright, now there's a long bridge here we'll have to walk across. And on this bridge, you have a very low chance of meeting a very powerful monster. That's right. Sometimes skulking along this bridge, you can find the Death Machine, which is a very rare encounter, but it's a very cool looking monster. And sometimes it can take quite a while to find it. I think on my most recent playthrough on my PSP, it took me around 20 to 30 minutes to find it. It may take a little more, a little less, depending on your luck. But I'm going to take some time wandering across this bridge, trying to find that monster, in addition to a couple of other new monsters I need to find for the bestiary. And once I find, first off, the Death Machine and then those 2 other monsters, I'll demonstrate those battles for you. So wish me luck. I'm off to find the Death Machine. And here we go, folks. After spending about the last 30 minutes wandering around this 5th floor bridge, fighting lots of monsters and earning lots of experience points and even gaining a few levels, I finally ran into the elusive Death Machine. Now, the Death Machine is actually one of the stronger bosses in the game, if you want to call it a boss, even though it's a random rare encounter here on the 5th floor of the Flying Fortress. The Death Machine has 2,000 hit points, and it's got very high statistics. In fact, its stats are even stronger than Tiamat, the Fiend of Wind, will be squaring off with here a little bit later on. So if you're much lower in level than I am, say even the mid-20s in level or up to maybe the low to mid-30s, you may have a fairly tough time with the Death Machine. The Death Machine can regenerate a lot of its HP after each round, about 5% or so, I believe. The Death Machine can use the nuke ability for hefty nuclear damage to each party member, and it's resistant to just about everything, including elemental spells. So in order to win this battle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Cloud use the Giant's Gloves to give him an extra boost to his attack. That'll cast a Saber spell on him. I'm going to have Locke temper up Cloud, and I'm going to have Lena use the Pro-Tira spell to raise the party's defense. I think that's pretty important. And I'm going to have Vivi go ahead and haste up Cloud so that he'll do some pretty good damage there. Now, I believe I got a preemptive strike against the Death Machine. I know a lot of times when you're lower in level, the Death Machine may actually get a preemptive strike against you, starting off things very badly. So in my case, though, it's starting off pretty good, and I actually leveled up to level 49. I think I gained about 3 levels or so while searching for this thing. It did take a while to find it. So I get to use my free turn here to go ahead and get buffed up, and you can see the Death Machine recovered 100 HP. That's 5% of its total, which is 2,000. So let's go ahead and start beating up on this piece of junk metal here. So I guess I'll go ahead and have Cloud and Locke attack. May go ahead and have Lena use that white robe for the Invisora spell. I'm going to go ahead and temper up Locke there too. You can see he's going to start off not doing very much damage, but wow, see how much damage he did to Lena there alone? And she's nearly level 50. So that's a lot of damage. Okay, now that we've got everybody pretty much buffed up as best as possible, I'm going to have Lena just cast the Halara spell each round. That's probably a good tactic if you've got a white wizard. Just have that white wizard use the Hilaga or Halara spell each round, just to hope to recover some HP. Go ahead and haste up Locke there too. Ouch, 358, wow. Another hit from the Death Machine and Locke is dead. So let's go ahead and Halara up there. Still, I think another hit from the Death Machine may be bad news in Locke's case. So let's just keep using that Halara spell. And let's see, I guess I'll have Vivi use Thundaga, even though that probably won't do much damage since it's resistant to it. Oh no, here comes the nuke spell. Oh no! Locke died. Man, so see, even at level 50, this isn't a piece of cake. This may even rival the final boss of the game. Wow. Well, poor Locke's not going to get to partake of that experience. But that's a lot of experience. 10,666 experience points and 32,000 gil. Sorry, Locke. Okay, here's another new enemy you can fight while wandering around the bridge here on the 5th floor. This is the Dark Fighter. Pretty easy monster. It only has 200 HP. So it's pretty simple to take down. I'll just have everybody attack here. And Cloud does the job for us there. And defeats the Dark Fighter. And I get 855 experience points and 3,420 gil. And here's another one of the new monsters that you can fight here on the 5th floor bridge. This is the Black Flan. This one seems to be a bit more rare than the other monsters, at least here in the Dawn of Souls version. The Black Flan are weak to fire, and they have about 156 HP apiece. They're resistant to weapons for the most part, so this will be a good opportunity to use the Mage's Staff. I'm going to have Lena heal up the party there. see, we're going to scroll down here and find my Mage's Staff. There it is. And this should take care of the Black Flan right here. Yep, it sure does. And I get 1,376 experience and 4,500 gil for winning that battle. Well, that was more fun than a barrel full of monkeys, wasn't it? But at the very least, we got 3 new entries for our bestiary, so let's take a quick look here. The Black Flan can be found at number 114 in the list. The entry for the Dark Fighter is number 117. And last but not least, the Elusive Death Machine can be found at number 118. And check out those stats on it. And if you're very, very lucky, it might just drop a Genji armor for you. I think that's a very rare drop. But if you win the Genji armor, it will increase your strength, stamina, agility, and intelligence. And it can also protect against poison, death, and stone, I believe. So that would be a very nice find. I think if you don't get one from the Death Machine, I think you can get one from one of the bonus dungeons a little bit later on in the game. Alright, now that we got all of that rigmarole taken care of, let's complete crossing this 5th floor bridge and head up to the north here. And we will find, well, those 4 fire hydras tried to psych me out there. Kind of stole my thunder a little bit. I was trying to build up to saying we will find a green orb on the ground. That means it's fiend time. So let's approach the she-dragon Tiamat here. She says, "The Lich, Marilith, the Kraken, you have defeated 3 fiends and reached my lofty perch." Oh boy. Here comes an ugly 6-headed dragon. That's right. More the better. May the image of Tiamat, the Fiend of Winds, be the last to burn in your eyes. Oh goody, we get to fight Tiamat, the 4th and final fiend here on the 5th floor of the Flying Fortress. Now, Tiamat's not as much of a problem as the Death Machine. Tiamat does have a little bit more HP though. Tiamat does have 2,400 HP, but her stats are much less so than the Death Machine, fortunately. She has a hard-hitting physical attack, and she can also use Thunderbolt, which is a lightning attack that can damage all allies. And she can also use Poison Gas, which will also damage your allies, plus it may poison them. However, remember what I said about Tiamat having a weakness? Well, if you want to take a cheap shot at Tiamat, she does have a weakness to stone and poison here in the Dawn of Souls version of Final Fantasy I. So, if you just happen to have a Cockatrice Claw item in your possession, I've heard that you can instantly kill her with that. Now the Razor Saber that we actually found will also cast a Scourge spell, which may also provide an instant kill. I'm all for taking the easy way out on what's supposed to be the strongest fiend, so I'm going to give it a try. Otherwise, I'm just going to follow my same strategy until then. So I'm going to have Cloud start off by using the Giant's Gloves. I really need to sort my equipment. Let's go ahead and temper Cloud here. And I'm going to have Lena use the Razor in my inventory here. There it is right there. And I'm going to go ahead and haste Cloud, so we'll get him all buffed up there. So we're going to start off with the Giant's Gloves and Temper. Oh, he's getting stronger, Tiamat. You better get that Thunderbolt spell off. That does do some fairly decent damage to all 4 characters, but... well, the Razor did not work this go around, but let's see if we can get it to work this time. We'll try Razor, and I'm also going to try the Break spell on her. There's Poison Gas. Well, Cloud's doing lots of damage. He did over 800 there. Well, the Razor missed. Will the Break spell work? Oh, no, it's not going to cooperate for me, unfortunately. We'll try it one more time. Just to prove that I'm not blowing smoke. like Tiamat. It can also use Ice Storm. I forgot to mention that one. That's an ice-based attack. Alright. Don't leave me with egg on my face, Vivi. Make the break spell work. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. So there's your proof right there, folks. Tiamat can be defeated with the break spell. The strongest fiend can be instantly KO'd. And we get 1,374 experience and 6,000 gil. Lena levels up to level 50, as does Vivi, I believe. And now that the fourth and final fiend has been defeated, the Light Warriors step forth and raise their final crystal up and relight it. Yay! The wind crystal has been relit. Another celebratory dance. And somewhere far, far away in the Whisperwind Cove, which we'll be visiting a little bit later on, one of the Lufenians gets a shock when the statue of Tiamat disappears, opening the way to that bonus dungeon. Alright. Well, if we check our status menu, we'll find that all 4 crystals are lit now, and we have yet another new entry to look at in the bestiary. The entry for Tiamat is number 119, and there you have it, folks. She is weak to stone and poison. Resistant to quake, fire, lightning, and ice, though. Alright, well, we are done with the Flying Fortress, so we're just going to step on the teleporter in the back and be transported back in front of the Mirage Tower. Well, coming up in our next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy I, we're going to take our prized adamantite that we found here in the Sky Fortress to a smith to get a legendary sword forged. Then we're going to start off on a long side trip from the main storyline. That's right, folks, we're going to start tackling the first of the 4 bonus dungeons. So lots more Final Fantasy I fun to come in our upcoming episodes, so stay tuned. Have a great day, everyone. See you again next time.